The key decisions of emotional discipline. The primary tenet of emotional discipline challenges us to recognize that our emotions are not beyond our control. This holds us accountable for how we feel and how that affects others by means of what we say and do based on those feelings. Such accountability can be not only a good thing but a necessary thing in human relationships. It can help us to better meld together as a society, including in our families, friendships, workplaces, neighborhoods, communities, and nations. It offers the potential to help us better live together for the good of one another. Effective practice of emotional discipline is founded on 4 primary decisions. Being truly effective in this practice requires that you decide to commit to 1. Taking responsibility for how you feel. 2. Doing things now, in the present. That will prepare you, help fill your emotional energy reservoir for the future. 3. Reacting to emotionally challenging situations in a new, more balanced and healthy way. 4. Making specific choices, applying strategies to effectively deal with challenges as they arise. Thus, emotional discipline requires a commitment to preparing for, facing, working with, and responding to emotional challenges constructively. It includes both making choices that equip you to effectively deal with your emotions in the future and addressing immediate issues. Part of emotional discipline involves applying a systematic process, but a key part also involves making the decisions above and thereby committing to creating a personal lifestyle in which you can enjoy its benefits on an ongoing basis. Focusing directly on our emotions in the heat of the moment is not the only way to gain emotional discipline. Discovering the power of emotional discipline variety of choices, which I organize into the categories of mind, body, spirit, and emotional discipline foundations, can help us to calm or manage negative feelings and stimulate positive ones. Emotional discipline choices consist of moment-to-moment, day-to-day, intentional and proactive strategies we use that can directly or indirectly affect how we feel. They can make a big difference in how we experience events, our effectiveness in life and at work, and our overall sense of fulfillment. Sometimes the choices involve taking actions that may seem relatively unattractive in the short run, but that can make a world of difference in how we feel later. For example, eating a healthy serving of vegetables rather than a thick piece of chocolate cake, or stopping and facing our difficult feelings about a colleague and learning from them rather than losing ourselves in another more appealing but less important task may not seem like an obvious way to feel better at the time. But of course, in the long run, we can feel much better and our lives can benefit a great deal if we make these kinds of disciplined choices. Nevertheless, it is not simply a matter of using disciplined strategies to bolster our willpower or to help us make short-term sacrifices. Emotional discipline also involves discovering the joy of making positive and healthy choices by finding ways to enjoy actions now that will help us to feel even better later. The amazing thing is that the world is full of healthy and constructive choices that can help us build a life that feels better, and that is more effective and fulfilling. And many choices are available to help us more constructively cope and react to our feelings when they are already upon us. The array is as varied as learning techniques for creatively reframing the way we see problems, directly facing and purposely feeling our feelings to lessen their power over us, practicing emotional kung fu to put the potency of feelings to work for us, learning some simple and effective meditation techniques, and applying the power of silence. For the most part, these practical strategies are relatively simple, well known, and have proven to be very effective for many people. They represent a solid beginning set of alternatives that you can expand upon and adapt to your needs. The specific strategies, choices, are designed to help uplift the way you feel about your work and life by equipping you to better respond to your feelings in the present and help you constructively shape them for the future. Together, these practical strategies can establish a solid beginning repertoire of choices for bringing the many benefits of emotional discipline into your experience. Discovering the power of emotional discipline, feared are divided into 4 areas. Emotional discipline foundations: mind, body, and spirit. Hopefully, you will find some of these practical strategies especially helpful for your particular life circumstances. Strategies also work across more than the application area they are grouped under. For example, you may find some of the techniques for addressing the mind are very helpful with issues of the spirit or vice versa. You may also discover that certain strategies for enhancing the way your body feels also calm your mind, or that better coping with your troubling thoughts relieves all kinds of symptoms in your body. As already pointed out, emotions are manifested as physical sensations in the body, such as butterflies in the stomach or tightness in the chest, along with various patterns of thought. For example, worrisome mental images or euphoric internal self-talk. Also, many believe our feelings are the primary language of the spirit. For example, the information about what is truly right for our lives may be contained more in an inner wisdom that is communicated through intuition and feelings as opposed to conscious, rational, analytical thinking. Please experiment and adapt the suggested emotional discipline choices to your own particular needs and situation. The first and most important emotional discipline choice is to select an overall process for applying emotional discipline. Ultimately, you will need a process that is designed specifically for you. This chapter will introduce the 5 key components or steps that need to be addressed in the process that you create to fit your specific needs. To help you get started, a sample of a complete process for practicing emotional discipline will be presented. The 5 components or steps of a complete emotional discipline process were derived from several key sources. The effective overall practice of emotional discipline as a lifestyle commitment includes 5 specific components or steps. Together, they can be applied to meet current life challenges as well as to help develop your capacity for meeting emotionally challenging situations in the future. Ultimately, they are founded on the powerful idea of choice, choosing how you feel through the application of an overall multi-step process and specific strategies, emotional discipline choices, to meet immediate challenges. Here are the components or steps. 1. Cause. Identify the immediate cause of your emotions. 2. Body. Assess the location and intensity of your physical reactions. 3. Mind. Identify the thoughts and beliefs that accompany your physical reactions. 4. Spirit. Note what part of yourself is being revealed in your response to your current circumstances. 5. Choice. Make an emotional discipline choice and apply it for constructively dealing with your immediate challenge. The key, at least in the beginning, is to incorporate all 5 of these into your emotional discipline efforts as you encounter circumstances that trigger your emotions. It is usually very helpful to do your initial work in writing. Writing out your thoughts as you work with the 5 steps provides a special kind of discipline and can reveal deeper insights than just running through them in your mind. Eventually, your own customized emotional discipline process should become almost automatic and second nature, and will not require that all the steps be used for every emotion-filled circumstance. For example, you may reach the mind-focused stage and naturally find yourself drawing upon an appropriate emotional discipline choice, such as mental reframing that addresses your immediate needs. In effect, this represents automatically jumping to the final choice part of the process as you become more experienced and effective in applying emotional discipline, or some circumstances, particularly ones you have encountered in the past, may automatically prompt your use of a specific choice without needing to work through any of the first 4 steps. Some dictionaries include more than a dozen different meanings for spirit. Some portions of the definition contained in the New American Webster Dictionary that capture best how I am using the term here include the nature of a person, vivacity, optimism, the essence or real meaning, that part of ourselves that we recognize as the best that is in us, and from an optimistic stance, the more accurate reflection of who we really are. 1. What is the cause? Identify the issue or event provoking the feelings. What has happened that has triggered significant emotion for you? Have you encountered a setback in your life or work? A disagreement with someone else? A troubling thought or realization in your mind or some other circumstance? This might be a long-term issue that keeps recurring, or it might be an unexpected one. Time event. Step 1 involves specifically pinpointing whatever it is that is stirring up feelings that you feel a need to address. 2. Focus on your body. Scan your body. Determine the location of your physical sensations and whether they are uncomfortable or pleasant. Where specifically are you having the physical feelings? Are you feeling tightness in your chest, butterflies in your stomach, a pleasant flowing warmth throughout your entire body, tingling down your spine, or some other physical sensation? Pinpoint the location of the physical feelings and whether you are experiencing them as pleasing or painful. Rate your physical feelings. How do you rate the physical feelings you have pinpointed on a scale ranging from 10 for very negative, uncomfortable, painful, to very positive, comfortable, to wording for very positive, comfortable? If, as a result of a heated argument, you have a strong, unpleasant, knotted feeling in the pit of your stomach, accompanied by rather severe tightness in your chest, you might rate the sensation as a 8 or 9. If, on the other hand, as you sit under a palm tree on a tropical beach with a warm light breeze gently caressing your hair, you are experiencing deep calmness and muscle relaxation, along with a wave of contented pleasure throughout your entire body, you might rate this sensation as a 8 or a 9. 3. Focus on your mind. Identify your thoughts or images that accompany the feelings. What thoughts are going through your head as you experience these physical sensations? What internal statements, e.g., "This argument is awful. He is being terribly rude and unreasonable. This kind of stress could ruin my health." And for your mental pictures, images of the other person later saying things to discredit you behind your back. Seeing yourself in an ambulance as a result of having a stroke or heart attack are running through your mind. Identify your beliefs that underlie your thoughts. What beliefs do you hold that are laying the foundation for your mental and physical reactions? For example, do you believe that things should always go smoothly and that all problems are bad? People should not argue. Strong feelings are bad for you. It is important to always keep your feelings tightly under control. When anyone disagrees with you, it represents an attack. Pinpoint what you specifically believe that forms the foundation for your stance and reaction to the situation or event. 4. Focus on your spirit. Determine what part of yourself is being revealed and what part is being hidden. We tend to have different noteworthy parts of who we are that are more or less engaged at different times. Some of these parts we tend to like and value, and others we don't. For example, in your response to this issue or event, are you acting from a state of openness, caring, and love? Or are you acting from a state of fear, defensiveness, and hostility? As you work with this process across different situations, try to become aware of the different aspects of yourself that you live and act from in different situations. Also, work toward gaining a better sense of those parts of yourself you would like to have more revealed and activated, and those that you would not. 5. Make a choice. Choose your actions and reactions, your emotional discipline strategies. The greatest value of emotional discipline is in its potential to increase your power to choose, and most notably, to choose how you feel. In response to the issue or event that you have pinpointed, how would you like to be able to respond? What actions and reactions in terms of physical sensations, thinking, and action strategies would you like to have? More specifically, what emotional discipline choices have you built into your repertoire that you can draw upon to constructively address your current feelings and to help you create constructive future feelings? What choices can help you to experience and live from your more constructive, effective, and empowered self a greater amount of the time and in more situations?